Hey guys. Hey Luminous and Whistle. How's it going? Going to get a Diet Coke. So I thought I'd take you guys with me and have a little discussion for a short time. Protect Matt. It doesn't make sense because I didn't say anything bad about Matt in my video, nor did I use the registry as a way to harass him at all. Actually, I think I remember saying that I didn't believe the accusations and I thought the woman was a psycho crazy ex. Okay, but that's not the point, guys. It's not about him being on the registry at all, nor was it ever really a point of my video. Okay, but I do find it weird that people are using that as a way to try to get my video taken down when as if as if like I'm doing something wrong showing the sex offender registry, which is a public thing. Here, we could go a different way. We'll go a different way. I'm not gonna deal with him acting like that. He sees another dog. And he gets crazy when he sees another dog. So we're taking a detour. I'm not dealing with that right now. So I got a email saying my video was taken down. I did not get a strike for what, and it said when you pull up the link, like for harassment and bullying on the thing. But in the email, it told me for showing identifiable information, and then it put the timestamp, and it was right when I pulled up the sex offender registry. So all I had to do was take out that little part, and it will be up momentarily. There was nothing about my video that was harassing at all. These people, and the fact is, it was so weird about it. It's like we're supposed to be a true crime community, and these people are so bothered by the sex offender registry coming up on my screen. But you guys see the shit that comes out about me and Fred every day? Like, come on. These people are freaking crybabies and weirdos. Like, you guys, we are a true crime community. We're here for Summer Wells, right? Why are we protecting people like offenders and Candace, who is the mother of Summer Wells, and even Rapp said in his messages to me that he was recording her, so obviously he knows that she's sus, and turning it into law enforcement and saying law enforcement doesn't give a fuck. And that's why I didn't tell anybody that he was out there, because he made it seem like he was getting information.
Well, that's what he said.
Yeah. So, I mean, and now to turn it around, like, he's like sister and brother, like, and then he contacted Fred last night too, and then they're trying to like make up a whole bunch of fucking shit, like I'm saying that they told him a bunch of stuff that I did not even say. Oh no, Matt contacted me and Fred last night and sent us that same post that Lips posted about how it's a crime to use the sex offender registry as a way to attack somebody. Where did I attack anybody about the sex offender registry? I was showing the point of that. The point of that flew over everybody's head. I was showing people how I got to the point that I felt like Candace was staying with Rap at times. I had to show how I found him on the registry to do that, and how I pulled up that address that's on the registry. Anybody can pull up the registry and find that information. And I was not using that. I think I accidentally, word for word, said I thought his ex was a crazy lunatic because she used to harass me for talking to him and other women. So if he's such a freaking predator, then why was she harassing me and other women that were talking to him? Okay? But that's not the point of this shit. So how was I using the registry against Matt when I was actually saying I didn't understand why he took that charge? But he probably got scared and went ahead and plead. The point of my fucking video was nothing to do with the registry. But that's all anybody cared about, even Matt. So I resubmitted my video. I just took out 30 seconds around that time period when I was showing the registry, and it should be up soon. No, I didn't get a strike or anything like that. If I need to show proof, I can. They just took it down for, they said, personal identifiable information. And then they time-stamped it when I showed the sex registry. Unfortunately, they put me in this position. You're not going to sit there and call me out over on your channel and on post and expect me not to respond. I think these people are so used to me ignoring them. That they think I won't say or do anything. I don't know if Red wanted anything. Hey, Cool Number Brain, Crazy Betty. I want everybody to seriously watch that video of my live again and tell me where I was like harassing anybody. Like nothing about that was harassing, except me saying that I wondered why that I thought that Candace had been staying with Rap, because they put me in that fucking position to tell people why I felt like that. Lips went live very without thinking, freaking out, doing damage control because of some things I was saying to Ernie, and they knew by my freaking very, what's the word? Very, I was just not saying anything like vague. I was being very vague, very, very vague. Nobody would know what I was talking about but Ernie if he knew the information. And I was just trying to see how his reaction was, because I knew if he knew that Candace had been staying at Rap's, that he would be acting weird with that question. And he did act freaking weird. And that's the reason why I asked him. And then I guess Matt and Lips, even though Matt told me he never watches our bullshit, any of the bullshit on YouTube, but somehow knew a second it happened. And then Libs went live doing damage control, thinking I was going to out it, and then they screwed themselves. Sorry. Thank you. Trying to think if I was supposed to get Fred anything while I was in here. Then they tried to, oh yeah, basically what they were trying to do is cause problems between me and Fred because 2 years, yeah, I did used to think Matt was really cool and funny and like a fun to be around. Everybody knew that. Why do you think his freaking weirdo ex-girlfriend was giving me fucking shit? But it was not when me and then they tried to. Then Lips tried to put something on the wall, like basically insinuating that I was asking Matt to come over when I was with Fred or something. Like just trying to cause bullshit problems. Anything they can think of to try to harass me, try to make it turning around like I'm doing something bad. I didn't know showing the sex offender registry was like bad. I didn't know that. I thought it was a very public thing, but I guess not. And the way I did it wasn't in a harassing way either. I didn't even go over his charges or anything. So it's freaking all weird. And when you really think about it, it's extra weird that we're going to have a problem with that to begin with when we're a true crime community. And we're supposed to be against anything to do with, crime, basically, sex crimes, especially if we're in the Summer Wells community. I guess so. And that was the worst thing for him to do, to get on the registry and then go around Don and Candace. Why would you do that? What the hell? You know how, why would you? I just don't get that. What, since you're being labeled it, you might as well just live it or something? Like birds of a feather, right? Why would you want to be around these people? It's my thing. And I just think he had so much fucking potential, dude. The guy is so talented and hilarious and funny, and he freaking threw his life away. That was my concern for him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? It's true, real concern. These people, thinking that they're protecting him and stuff are actually doing him harm, making him think the shit he's doing is okay. Hang around, he made it seem like he was getting info on the, and maybe he still is or was, but I didn't want to out that because I know how Candace is. Like as soon as she's I know how she attached it to Rap and Ernie and Benny. So, and opens up to them. So I thought maybe he could get some information, you know what I mean? And so I didn't say anything. It wasn't my business really anyways. That time I didn't know that he wouldn't tell me what he was doing in Rogersville. I don't understand why that would be a place to go. That is just such a bad idea. There's so many people on here that would have like probably helped him, and he goes to Rogersville. Like, I just don't understand that. Let's see. I don't know if my comments aren't working or if just nobody's typing. But give it some, I would say, half a day, and my video should probably be back up. I just deleted 30 seconds around the sex offender registry part. I should have just blurred it, but I just got in a hurry and just deleted 30 seconds. And yeah, I don't know where I harassed anybody in that. He had to have known when he freaking took such kind of charge. He knew. Yeah. I don't think I used the registry in any way to harass him whatsoever. I don't think I freaking said anything about his charges. I actually kind of, in a way, was like, I'm just more like, what the fuck are you doing type thing. Yogi, it's not about where he lives. Did you not watch my live at all? Hey, Bandit's out. Come on, Bandit. What the heck? Why would anybody have a problem? For one, when you look at it, the normal person is somebody on the sex offender registry, and people are sitting here protecting them and worrying about, public information getting out. But yeah, do you guys see the shit that, where are you, Yaya, with the stuff that's been saying about me and Fred every day? What the hell? What the hell, Leon? No, but it wasn't about where he lived. It was about to show that Candace was staying with him. It was not at all about him, really. Except it's weird, like, it was more about Candace. That's why I didn't put out I knew where he was for months. Yeah. I knew where he was for months before anybody. He contacted me in July and let me know he was living out there. I could have got a hold of Ernie or any of them months ago. But I didn't. Dude, when are people going to take responsibility for their own shit? You put shit out there, I'm going to respond.
If people do the research on where Candace's favorite fishing hole is, they'd understand even more. Would she supposedly throw the phone and stuff in that Ernie had gave her at night?
Yeah, and he was telling some concerning info about how he, Candace had told him that she threw a phone and would have had to drive several hours to get past Knoxville.
Yeah, but it didn't happen down there in Knoxville.
That's what she said to him.
That's what he tried to say she said, but it's close by, I'm sure. Because the only two places that you can hear a certain sound in the background when she's yelling at.
Hey, Cher. You can show everything but addresses. I have okay. You know, I wasn't thinking about it because it was like a public, you know, I didn't think of it as, but I guess, you know, YouTube has their own rules or whatever, and they're getting, I wish they would do the same for me and Fred, you know, have the same kind of, but you know, that's fine. I understand. I don't about putting out his address, I guess. I suppose. I mean, anybody could pull it up on the registry. Either way, it's going to be, in the editing process and being reposted. So it had nothing to do with that as far as me showing. They don't care about that. It's just, they don't want people to know where Candace is staying. It was only going to be a matter of time, too. Do you not think that Dawn wasn't going to say something one day, or like, oh yeah, and it's so funny, like how these people, like, I hear White Boy was live talking shit to me, or talking shit about me, dude. Of course he's gonna freaking defend sex crimes, like this dude. Oh my god, seriously, where's people's freaking integrity? I mean, he was charged and convicted for it, so there is something there. I don't know. I don't know why he freaking plead, but sometimes, like, people get put in bad situations and get scared. Um, you know, he could have faced more time, but him, like, bringing attention to this and, like, you know, is just like causing more people to talk about it, When I woke up today, seriously, I was like, I told somebody, I was like, I want to just, like, I mean, it's crazy. If I'm going to be on here and with a bunch of people, a bunch of weirdos who are protecting offenders, well, we're supposed to, I mean, what is the point of me being on here? Because when you look at it in the great, like, take a bigger look at the bigger picture, that's basically what they're doing, whether we believe the charges against him or not. And nobody has gave Fred any leeway for his charges that that he got false, what he feels, and I feel falsely, like, as far as the shoot through when his sister shot at him, like, that shit does not work. If you're convicted of something, you're seen as guilty in the United States, unfortunately. Or, you know, Fred saying he, you know, paid for all his cart full of stuff, but walked out with the shoes on his feet and got that theft charge. How many people do you think are going to be like, oh, he didn't mean to do that. He just, no, nobody will give him that leeway. Nothing blew up in my face, Eloise, at all. I don't feel like anything blew up in my face. Nothing blew up in my face at all. What blew up in my face? What are you talking about? Blew up in my face. I still stand behind what I say. Nor did I anything. What are you talking about? People are always going to have something to say about stuff I say or about anything people say. Nobody's going to always agree. You'll never have 100% of people agree with you. Yeah, just block them. It's so stupid. Like, we're gonna come in and defend people, the sex offender registry. I mean, like, what is this community come to? you know? And then what are we supposed to think? You're freaking moving it, living with Candace. You know what I mean? Like, come on, stupidity. Like, that looks even worse. Why are you hanging around people who are known, like, to be like that if you are trying to make people think that you're innocent? It's not a good look, and he knows it, and that's why he doesn't want people to know. It's not my fault. It's sad. I'm like, I hate this. Like, seriously. I really, really do. Like, Matt's not somebody I want to freaking sit here and talk, you know, I don't care to freaking have no reason to sit here and just dog on the dude all day. I got curious. I looked up his address on the registry, and I just started noticing similarities. I can't freaking help it. A few months ago, I looked up his address when he contacted me, what came up on the registry, because I just was curious of, like, where he was. I was curious, looked it up. I didn't think anything of it. A couple months go by, Candace starts doing these posts and videos, and the surroundings look awfully familiar to that place. And I'm like, oh my God. And then Candace talked about turbines, hearing turbines. And Fred was like, there's only two areas, either by the travel center or near around where Matt's address is. How she's talking about her new favorite fishing spot because he stays on the river. So that's another thing. He stays on the river. Can't tell me Candace hasn't been going by there fishing. I mean, he even told me she's like a sister to him. Then, you know, when I said his name, Matt Dillon, Fred goes, Matt Dillon, who's that? Like, I basically stopped what he was doing out of nowhere. It was like, Don's mentioned that name before. And the reason why he mentioned that, or has stuck out to him, because Fred had only been around Don like about 15 times before Summer went missing. But it stuck out to him because he was talking about country, or not country, Western movies, Western movie stars, and his kids, and how he named all his kids Western movie stars. And he mentioned something about a Matt Dillon. So, like, it's weird. And yes, like, Matt Dillon was adopted. I have it in messages, him telling me he was adopted. He was definitely adopted. I thought that was a known thing. Like, I've known that for years. I don't know why people are acting like they didn't know that. Oh, really, Mimi?
He wasn't adopted by Don. Everybody's trying to say you were saying he was adopted by Don Wells.
No, I didn't say that. God, people, get your facts straight. I just said he was adopted. Adopted by who? I don't know. He said that on his background, he said the reason why Don Wells comes up on his background check is because of his adopted family. A Don Wells. He said a Don Wells. I don't know if it's the Don Wells. He said he has an uncle named Don Wells through his adopted family. But even before he told me that, like, recently, I already knew he was adopted. I thought everybody knew that. So, yeah, I just don't, people like rewriting history and stuff. So, and, you know, basically trying to paint my video differently than it actually was. So, yeah, I'm going to put it back up because it was with the sex offender registry edited out. Because I'm not going to have people rewrite history and turn my video into something completely different, you know, and if it's not up, then that's going to just leave for these people to, you know, completely misrepresent it.
A lot of the time when they're adopted, they take the adopted family's last name. So after their original last name.
Right.
So it most likely was a baby.
Yeah, he was most likely adopted by a Bays, but. Hey, Pam. Yeah, I'm not worried. You guys, I'm not really, I don't know. I don't have any, I don't feel like I said anything like that was really, I want to know specifically what I said that was harassment. Like towards rap, because that's what they're trying to pretend and act like it's towards rap. Like, but really they're protecting Candace. Hey, Connie. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Do you think it took place or went down in a barn? Is that why the horse got spooked and took off? That's crazy. One of your guys' comments. We're talking about the horse that I guess was seen on the news briefing, TBI. Somebody was theorizing, like, was the horse spooked because of something that was going on, or I don't know. He was at, I think that horse, I know that horse was the Bays horse, actually, David Bays. Speaking of Bays. Yeah, and I don't want to freaking, to me, Matt's a kid, really, like, I don't know, maybe I look at him like a kid now because he's so, like, he's kind of immature. I didn't used to, I mean, he's 30 something, but I just hate to see somebody with that much talent and stuff throw their life away. Did Candace pass away? I don't think so. I think that was a rumor. I think we proved that recently, that whole thing was a rumor. I think I'm trying to remember where the proof was recently. I think Candace was talking about her or something. Hey, Jessica. So, was White Boy playing my video on his channel? Because I'm tired of these freaking people, like, taking the opportunity, getting my video taken down, and then using it as their own on their channel to review. But you have such a problem with my video, but you're gonna put it up. He was going to play it and it was taken down. Okay. I mean, I think if if people really think about it, like it's really fucked up, like what these people are standing for. And I hate that Rob got himself in this situation. I really, really do. I really hate that he's freaking wrapped up. I do. But I don't care to talk about that dude. I really don't. Beyond right today, I don't have anything to really say about him. It's about Candace. I just don't get why he's by himself. He doesn't want to be in the middle of this YouTube drama. Why is he freaking why did he go to Rogersville? I just do not fucking understand that. And of course, White Boy is going to defend it because it involves Candace. Of course, couldn't ever go against anything Candace and Don do ever. Can ever be a true friend and actually call them out for their bullshit and give them some real true guidance. I don't know. I guess as much shit as people show on me, I didn't think showing the sex offender registry was a big deal. I mean, gosh, people have put out like every detail of me and Fred's life. So, like, why would I think I'm doing something wrong pulling up the sex offender registry?
See, he don't live that far from St. Clair Market either. He's like 15 minutes from St. Clair Market.
Really?
Yeah. I just wonder what vehicles he owned.
It says on the registry.
Around the time.
Oh. Oh, I don't know. You know, the whole Chillbillies, you know, he's very sus lately too. And I don't know. That's another big disappointment. He seems very upset with Candace and Matt. She's hanging with Lips and Rap. Oh, okay. Well, I heard he was talking shit to me. From what I heard, that he was saying that he got my video taken down. So, a pill ring. I know, right? When Evil entered, that's the thing. Like, I gave him a hard time the second I found out about it. You guys can see that in the messages. The second he told me he was out there, I freaking gave him. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing out there?" He's like, "Stop interrogating me." So you guys see what I say on here and how I am behind the scenes is really me. And I was telling him the same thing privately. You heard it was Lips or Rap? Oh, okay. Lips is one that I don't, that's another one. I'm sorry. I will never be cool with that chick. Ever. Ever will I ever collab with her, work with her. She is like 666's level almost. Not quite, but almost. And I don't want anything to do with her. I think it's absolutely disgusting what she did, what contacting. From what I hear, yeah, people's doctors and stuff, their son's doctors who have cancer. Like, what is wrong with you? Seriously, what is fucking wrong with you? But you think it's okay. You think it's a problem, me showing the sex offender registry? I think you got your priorities kind of mixed up. Why would you contact somebody's? I mean, what is seriously like? I don't even. I mean, that would just never cross my mind. Oh my God, we got another one here that's gonna protect the offender. Tia, the talking cat. You are defending somebody on the sex offender registry, and Candace staying with it. It has nothing to do with him. It's about where Candace is. Use your brain. You're banned. These people, like, they look like sickos and weirdos. These people throwing their whole integrity in the drain just because they don't like me. Oh, like, we're gonna defend this shit. It has nothing to do with it's about where Candace is staying. Don't you fucking get it? These people are so fucking mad. Like, they've all been trying to figure it out, but you have a problem because they don't want Ziggy to find it out. Oh no, not Ziggy. Since it was Ziggy, oh, we gotta attack. So the horse. Oh, they put that comment about the horse? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, possibly Fred knows whose horse that horse that was, but I'm trying to remember. I think it was the Bays, actually, David Bays. Why does it matter where he goes? People are missing the whole point. Like, these people are so brain dead. Seriously. They are refusing to hear hear what I'm saying because they want to be mad at me. Like, I'm acting like it's about where rap goes. And plus I thought of him as a friend at one time too, Tia. And I don't freaking let my friends make horrible, life-changing decisions without fucking saying something. That's something that's going to ruin their life like that. So yeah. And he came to me, Tia. So maybe watch the fucking live first before commenting. He came to me and told me he was in Rogersville. God. Who are you guys for? Seriously. Are we for Summer Wells or are we for these fucking weirdos? Because for real, you need to leave if you are for the weirdos. I don't want any of you guys who are in support of this whole thing. If you have a problem with what my video, then you can please leave. Because I am not going to sit here and put my integrity to the side just because it bothers some of you. The truth is the truth, and it is what it is. Take it up with the people who made the bad decisions. Yeah, let's focus on Summer. It's not about, stop trying to change it, about where freaking rap is living. It really does not have anything to do with that, except the fact he's staying with Candace, or, allegedly, at times, and hanging out with her for sure. So that's it. Right. Well, I deleted it, or I blurred it, Watermelon. I learned, I guess, you can't show the public. Uh, Even though I was not harassing him with the registry at all, like nothing I said or I didn't harass him. I guess the address thing, showing his address, but I was trying to show you guys how I got to, thinking that is complicated. I can't just say, oh, I have to show why I thought Candace had been staying with him. Yeah, I guess even though it's public info and we any of us could pull it up right this second in like 2 seconds. I guess YouTube has its own type of rules, and so even though if it's legal, I guess it doesn't matter, I guess. I don't know. Plus, everything's done through YouTube by computer. So if a bunch of people were reporting it, which I'm sure they freaking made a billion different like fake accounts to report, then it would probably automatically get taken down. And then you appeal it and then it gets put back up. But just in case, I blurred or I took out a 30-second segment of that video around where I showed the registry. And I did not get a strike. It's called, when it has to do with personal identifiable information, they give you an opportunity to edit it. It's not like an automatic strike. Even though it said, like when you clicked on the link, it said it was taken down for harassment and bullying. That's not what it said in my email. It just said the personal identifiable information, because I'm guessing people flagged it as harassment and bullying when there was no harassment or bullying. Definitely not towards rap. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, I mean, I hardly think birds of a feather flock together. I hardly think I want to be one of these people. Okay? I used to be I am still very impulsive like him, like Matt. He's very impulsive and he's young, and I just was concerned at the time, but I don't care. It doesn't matter anymore. We're not that great. Never were like besties or anything. So whatever. I'm more concerned about Summer Wells. Large group have their own agenda. In Summer's case, they have their own narrative. Yeah, I mean, think about it. How silly do these people look? Having like, when you look at the big picture, it's almost like they're acting like I'm harassing somebody due to them being on the registry, the sex offender registry, while they're in a true crime community. They're having a problem with me putting out the truth. That it just doesn't make sense. So I guess I could make a post, and I don't know if it notifies you when the video comes back up. Sorry. I'm looking at some pictures. Yeah, so don't worry. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about rap. I'm not gonna sit here and do video after I'm tired, and that's just not who I am. I've never been that type to just sit here and harass somebody day after day. I don't want the dude to freaking do something stupid. Was that the fishing hole where she sounds like Candace getting sick? Well, when was that, for one? Because that's public information. Any different than them being my neighbor? Yeah, and unfortunately, God, I hate freaking. I don't. I'm. This isn't even one. I hate keep going back to him being on the registry because it's really not what it. Because I did feel like in that whole situation that he got railroaded. But I mean, he should have. I don't know. He's making horrible decisions right now. So
That's the same time Candace got rid of that bone, was when she was acting sick and all that, like she was digging and stuff, with that background noise and stuff.
Really.
Uh-huh.
Wow, yeah. And that's concerning too. Like rap, if that's true, what if she's like leaving stuff on where you're living at and you're on the registry? I mean, are you not thinking
It ain't on his property, but it's
wherever he's staying, right? Oh,
you get to his property.
It's right before he gets to oh, okay.
About 500 or so feet on the other side of the road. Got across the railroad tracks. Most likely she had parked at the railroad tracks because there ain't no visible house other than his one. From where she would have parked.
Yeah, people will know where, like from the area, know where that house is because it's right on the off the highway.
Well, that's the only place, the closest place you can get up towards where the turbines would have been. And see, what people don't understand, the turbines and stuff at Warriors Path at the travel center, you can't hardly hear them. But the one at John Sevier, where it runs off with coal and water, it's loud.
Yeah. And that's the only place really
that's the only closest places you could have been where you could hear
that. So she basically told her on herself. And Matt, I would seriously go looking out there at that fishing hole. Watch Candace probably panicking and going and seriously, I would be worried. Like, I would not want her. You know that she knows something, Matt. Like, why are you having somebody like that? I just don't. I just don't get it. I just do not fucking get it.
And depending on exactly what time of year and stuff, you could about point where the water level would have been and stuff, and go from there too. Because there's no current really on that river unless you get plumb in the mouth of it when it's way down. Below down, you know.
And when I asked him too about the Matt Dillon thing, like, because you had heard Don mention Matt Dillon, I was being serious.
Talking about one of his sons.
I was being serious when I was asking him that, and then he got immediately mad at me and blocked me. I was seriously asking him, like, do you have any idea why or who this Matt Dillon is? Don would know, like, it wasn't you, I was just asking
What made me think it was one of his sons because all of his sons is named after Western movie stars. And when he said Matt Dillon, I just assumed he was talking about his sons or something. And I don't really remember what it was. The conversation was even over, but that was about a year before Summer went missing.
Yeah, and like that's the only reason it stood out because of.
When you mentioned Matt Dillon the other day, that's what kind of I was like, Don's missing that name.
Yeah, because you hadn't heard that name before. That was the first time.
And see, that's how Bill Benton got his name is from Don Mills.
Bill Benton, yeah, that Wild Bill.
Yeah, he called him Wild Bill Hickok.
Yep. Don gives everybody Western movie star like nicknames. That is true. That is something also that Rapp was telling me, that he tried to turn in a bunch of stuff to law enforcement and that they weren't interested. He even tried to turn in that whole incident, like like, he said it was really freaking weird and concerning, but it was really weird and concerning. So he sounds like he was in his right mind back in July when he was telling me this. But now they're sister and brother. Okay. What have you missed? You'll have to rewind because, look. That's the only vehicle. Okay. Right, that's true. State of confusion. I'm sure he's telling the truth. I know he's telling the truth on that. I mean, it was a private conversation. And I didn't want to screw that up. I really didn't, because I knew that Candace does like open up to, there is this Rap, Benny, and Ernie. And like she just follows like Goo eyes or whatever.
And see that bait and tackle right there next to him too.
Yeah, there's a bait and tackle store right there. Hey, Chris. Hey, always late.
Yeah, right at like 500 feet or something from his place or so.
Yeah, did you see Pamela's comment? Candace had rummaged and was selling tackle boxes and fishing poles. She deleted the live. Oh, she had a rummage sale and was selling. Oh, really? She deleted live. Does anybody have that? If you guys have that, I really need it. I have the one before that.
She deleted it. She left it up for like 7 hours.
I know, but I know sure I should have freaking downloaded it. That's what I'm saying. I know somebody has it. Did anybody review it or something where I can kind of go see? Because there is a tackle store, right, or bait and tackle store right next to that property.
And they used to sell, when I used to fish and stuff in that area, they used to sell bait and stuff right there where he's supposed to be living.
Mm-hmm.
They have a sign up right there, and then up the road too, past this place.
That house does? Like the people living at the house that he's staying?
Used to, yeah.
Used to sell bait? Okay.
Like 10 years or so ago.
But isn't there also a bait and tackle store near there?
Yeah, but a lot of time they would sell it cheaper up there, so people would stop there. And one time that day was out, there's another place on the other side of the railroad tracks right there from where it looked like Candace's vehicle park.
Yeah. Did anyone buy anything at her store? Hey, we would have bought some fishing stuff. Fred would have had a heyday with that sale, probably. Yeah, they were getting away with it right in front of us. That's true. That's true. Everything's and maybe Rap is still trying to just get information. I don't know. But I just don't think he should have ever went to the if that is where Candace has been saying. I just don't think that was very smart, but that's just my opinion. But of course, people have, they have a problem with me and Fred being together, even though I feel like that's completely different. I mean, obviously, Candace is definitely a suspect. I mean, there's no doubt about that. You know what I mean? She's the child's mother and highly sus. I mean, it's not like she's it's not like she's like you know, like Michael Vaughn's mom or something, and some kind of like compassionate like mother who's really been put through, you know, just really done everything that she could, you know. Hey Carla, yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to explain why my video got taken down before, like, people can make up their own lies about it. It will I just have to edit out the part when I pulled up the offender registry, and I deleted that part, and so it should be back up. I would give it 12 hours or something. I guess I could post it on my wall when it's posted. The name of the lake, Holston. Hold on, Fred, what's the name of the lake? If you can type it in chat or just come in and tell me. I don't know. I don't understand why I had. Do you guys understand? No wonder people don't freaking believe. Why do I always have to be the one to figure this shit out? Like, that's you know what I mean? I really did not want to put this stuff out there. Cherokee Lake. Okay. Sorry, I'm pacing. You guys can hear my squeaky floor. Hey, Bella. Nothing really happened except my video was taken down because of me showing the sex offender registry, which I didn't know was a freaking thing. But I just have to edit it. I didn't get a strike or anything, so don't let these people fool you. I could show you guys my back studio. I don't have any strikes. I'm kind of shocked it was even taken down at art, you know, because I don't understand how something like that is. I don't understand. Anybody could pull that up, so. Cherokee Lake at John Sevier Steam Plant, about a quarter mile below it. You too, State of Confusion. So, I don't know. Any other questions about the incident before I go and people just go and make up their own, you know? Well, I would ask people to watch the live, even though it was only, I think, like an hour and something. Listen to and watch it before you freaking determine I was harassing or bullying anybody, because I absolutely wasn't. I was actually, I guess unless you want to say I was harassing or bullying Candace, which I don't even really feel that either. I mean, in comparison of the shit that me and Fred deal with on a daily, it's like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, these people would not survive in my or Fred life, as in my Fred or my life, like, at all. Oh, thank you. Let me see. Sorry, people can't leave you alone. Oh, thank you. Candace is sensitive. Yeah. I sent a comment and was alerted it was too long. You know what? Angel, that's why I have to edit it, and like instead of putting I'll like use numbers, like instead of typing like the word out, like the word 4, I'll put the number 4, or instead of 2, I'll put the number 2. Any way to shorten it to try to fit it all in one. So if you guys see me ever talking or typing like that, that's why. It's not that I normally type like that. It's because I'm trying to get it all in the certain amount of characters that were allowed. That was really nice, Carla. Once again, thank you so much. Well, let me. Thank you. Love you guys too. You guys. Maybe I don't want to. Makes me. I wouldn't ever want to, harass or bully somebody. That shit is just not me. So, and especially, I really don't have a problem with rap. So I don't really have anything bad to say about him. Actually, it's just this dumb shit that they're doing now to try to damage control, I guess, because they're afraid what I'm going to say or something, I guess. I don't know. But I am going to go live doing readings because I didn't stay on long last night because I was just, I don't know. It's a crazy day. Crazy couple days, actually, guys. Dealing with, like, all within 24 hours. Fred's probation officer calling him in. CPS showing up here. And then, this whole drama of, where Candace is staying, and people just figuring out basically that, yeah, people didn't realize that Rap was in that area. I am surprised. I don't know how people didn't know that, but I'm surprised because as much as we checked like the offender registry and stuff, I cannot believe it went that long without people putting it out there. I really can't. And I really didn't want it to be me. I don't think so, Connie. It makes me sad to think on it. Honestly, there's nothing about what I said or did was harassment or bullying. Like, I did not give him. It just does, anyways. People need to stop doing that. False reporters should start. Yeah, especially trying to say that Fred is touching that I only moved my daughter in here or moved Fred in here to touch my daughter. Like, that's freaking weird and disgusting. These people come up with this stuff, like, their minds are so sick. Like, it's gross. Thank God I've never, that's never been the experience of me or my sisters or my kid, my daughter, or any of my nieces and nephews I know of, that haven't had to deal with, being essayed as a child. Thank God. Like, that's the most horrible thing I can just imagine having to experience. And I feel so, like, thankful that my daughter was never exposed to something like that, nor was I, or anybody really close to me that I know of, because it seems so prevalent, and I didn't realize that. So my mind does not think like that, guys. I've never been with a sex predator, like, as far as knowing. I mean, I've never, that's weird. Like, no. Mm. Yeah, that time it was definitely PG. Even ask her why she contacted Fred's minor children. Has she even addressed that? Why did she contact Fred's minor children and ask them if mommy and daddy let people touch them? And then tried to also make them think that they're involved in Summer's disappearance and trying to scare them and all kinds of stuff. That's harassment and bullying, guys. That's harassment. So I find it comical. And actually, I think these people need thicker skin to say that my video was harassment and bullying. Like, seriously. I don't think they know what harassment and bullying fucking is. I mean, having Fred called into probation, CPS show up here, and oh, there's the teeners. Come on, the teeners. Having people talk about you 24/7 in your life when you just are minding your own business, nonstop, coming by your house, calling agencies, taking pictures. That's harassment and bullying. Contacting like my sisters and telling them I married a murderer and a sex predator and contacting children. That's harassment, guys. That is harassment and bullying. Where's the outrage for that shit? Or how about saying Fred had Summer's head in a box, or even the stuff that Ryan's doing that is so slanderous. Or I don't know if that would be considered slander or defamation, whatever. Like saying things like he has, heard this recording and this and that, and then not putting it out. Same shit that PG says. Guys, I'm sorry, but look who all kind of congregates together on that side. It's all the fucking weirdos of YouTube. All of them. All the fucking weirdo. I am very proud of being on this side, if you want to say. We have the more level-headed people, the more intelligent, less criminals. We have the best people over on this side. Seriously, all the freaking weirdos sit there and defend Dawn and Candace. All of them. I don't want to be one of those. Sorry. I don't want to, be one of those birds that flock with them, with that flock with those others. Whatever, birds of a feather flock together. I don't want to flock with them at all. Like, I think it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Absolutely freaking embarrassing. And I don't care how many people try to gaslight me and try to make me think I'm doing something wrong, or I'm the sick one, or I'm the bad one, or, trying to, you're never going to gaslight me into thinking this shit. So, because I'm very fair I'm one of the fairest, most sensitive people on this in the community, in my opinion. One of the most honest, one of the most definitely honest, one of the most fair, reasonable, forgiving. So yeah, you're not gonna sit there and gaslight me from the truth when I'm more than fair to people. Candace and Don are constantly harassing their oldest son on Facebook. Why don't they leave that boy alone? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I do think it is harassment too, because yeah, I do. Because he's young and he's not going to have the maturity to be able to, and life experience to be able to understand truly, their kids are naive, you know, even still at 17. Very much so. Gosh, even I mean, I was extremely naive and gullible until well pat into my 30s. I still am kind of. Oh, thank you, Frank. But yeah, summer, I know. I hate it too. I really do. But I tried to put myself in his situation. I know, like when I was younger and his age, I made a lot of stupid freaking mistakes. And yeah, I move across country. I did that a couple times. Not knowing hardly, knowing people at all, really. So it's not like I haven't made these same. Well, I mean, I didn't move in like Candace Wells or somebody like that. But yeah, so I'm not trying to. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you go. No, I don't plan on freaking attacking Rap or going after him every day because I don't really, you know, what for what. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. I just had to respond to what Lips put out and put, trying to make me look like I'm some kind of, you know, I'm sure because I didn't watch it, but I can only imagine she was probably misrepresenting my messages. So, and I wasn't going to sit there and watch it, so I just decided to go live and cover it myself. Yes, everybody hit the like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.